On a sunny morning by the sea, a little girl named Mia skipped along the sandy shore. She loved collecting shells, striped ones, swirly ones, and tiny ones shaped like hearts. Her bucket was almost full, but she was still looking for something truly special. As she wandered closer to the waves, something caught her eye. Half buried in the sand was a beautiful seashell, larger than any she'd ever seen. It shimmered softly in the sunlight, its surface smooth and pearly, with swirls of pink and gold. "Oh, you're lovely," Mia whispered, brushing off the sand. She held the shell to her ear, expecting to hear the usual soft whoosh of the sea. But instead, she heard music. It was a gentle melody, like a lullaby mixed with the sound of tiny bells. Mia gasped and pulled the shell away from her ear. She tried again. La la la, hum hum hum. The tune was clear and sweet, almost like it was calling to her. "You're not just a shell, you're a music shell." Mia placed it carefully in her bucket and decided to keep it close to her heart. But as she walked home, she noticed something odd. The melody grew louder the closer she got to the water. That night, Mia placed the shell on her bedside table. But just as she was about to drift off to sleep, the music started again, soft but steady. She sat up and whispered, "What do you want to tell me?" The tune seemed to answer, as if urging her to come back to the beach. Mia peeked out her window. The moon was full and silver, casting a path of light across the waves. Her curiosity bubbled inside her. Quietly, she tiptoed out of bed, put on her sweater, and carried the music shell down to the shore. The moment Mia reached the water's edge, the melody swelled, wrapping around her like a warm blanket. The waves glimmered, and suddenly, a gentle voice spoke. "Thank you for finding my shell," it said. Mia's eyes widened. "Who's there?" From beneath the water, a mermaid appeared, her long hair flowing like seaweed, her tail sparkling in blues and greens. She smiled warmly. "I'm Coraline, keeper of the ocean's songs," the mermaid explained. "That shell belongs to me. I dropped it during a storm, and without it, I cannot guide the sea creatures with music." Mia held the shell tightly. "It's so beautiful. I didn't know shells could sing. Only special ones," Coraline said with a wink. "This one carries a magic tune that keeps the sea calm and helps all the creatures find their way." Coraline's smile faded. "But something has happened. The dolphins cannot find their way home, and the fish are scattered. Without the music shell, they are lost." Mia's heart sank. "Oh no! That means you need it back right away." "Yes," Coraline said softly. "The path to my home is blocked by a tangle of seaweed and driftwood. I can't swim through it alone." Mia thought for a moment. "Then let me help you. I'm small enough to fit through tight spaces." Coraline looked surprised but pleased. "Are you sure, little one?" Mia nodded bravely. "Yes, if the music shell can help your sea friends, then I want to make sure it gets back where it belongs." Coraline led Mia into the gentle waves, holding her hand to keep her safe. The water was warm, and the moonlight lit their paths. They didn't go too deep, just far enough for Mia to see the problem. A thick mat of seaweed and driftwood floated near the rocks, blocking the entrance to a beautiful underwater tunnel. Tiny fish darted nervously around it. "That's the way home," Coraline explained. "But the tide brought all this here, and I can't clear it fast enough." Mia took a deep breath. "Let's work together." She began tugging at the smaller pieces of driftwood, piling them onto the sand. Coraline used her strong tail to push the heavier logs aside. Soon, a curious crab scuttled over and started clipping the seaweed with his claws. "Thank you, Mr. Crab," Mia laughed. More helpers arrived, a pair of friendly dolphins who used their noses to nudge the bigger branches away. Even a few seagulls swooped down to grab loose strands of seaweed and drop them far from the tunnel. After a while, the entrance was completely open. The water flowed freely through the tunnel again, sparkling under the moonlight. "You did it!" Coraline cheered. "The path to my home is clear." Mia beamed. "We all did it together." Coraline held out her hands. Mia placed the shimmering shell into them. The moment Coraline touched it, the shell glowed softly, and the melody filled the air. "La la la, hum hum hum, la la la." The sound drifted out to sea, and almost instantly, dolphins leapt in the distance. Fish swam joyfully in schools, and the ocean seemed to hum with happiness. "You've given me back my song," Coraline said, her eyes shining. "And I wish to give you something in return." From a small pouch at her side, Coraline pulled out a tiny shell pendant. It was shaped like a heart and glistened in shades of soft blue and pink. "This is a listening shell," Coraline explained. "Whenever you hold it to your ear, you will hear the voices of the sea. It will remind you of our adventure and your kindness." Mia smiled from ear to ear. "Thank you, Coraline. I'll treasure it forever." The tide began to rise, and Coraline knew it was time to go. "Goodbye for now, Mia. The ocean will always remember you." "Goodbye, Coraline," Mia said, waving as a mermaid slipped gracefully back beneath the waves, her tail shimmering in the moonlight. Mia walked home with the pendant around her neck, the gentle sound of the sea in her ears, and a happy heart. From that night on, whenever Mia visited the beach, she would hold her pendant and listen to the ocean's songs. Sometimes she heard dolphins chattering, other times the gentle hum of whales far away. And every now and then, if she listened closely, she could hear Coraline's voice singing the same gentle tune from the music shell. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to channel for more videos and like the video.